I gotta ask you a question though. Mickey Factz, BXTS.
What up, y'all? You're tuned in now to the TazManiaShow with your girl Taz, and I got my boy, the infamous Mickey Factz in the building.
What's going on?
What's going on with you, man?
Everything chilling.
That's good. That's good. So tell me, what's the meaning behind the name Mickey Factz?
Well, Mickey derives from Natural Born Killers, which is a movie that I was watching one day, and it was about Mickey Knox and Mallory Knox and the love that Mickey had for Mallory. And I compared Mallory to hip-hop, and I just thought that the love that Mickey had for Mallory was exceptional, so I wanted to have the same Mickey Mallory thing that I have for hip-hop. Facts is all I talk about, and the Z is for stylish. I believe fashion and music are like missing distant cousins, you know, all dating back to Run DMC when they were talking about Adidas. You know, fashion and hip hop has always been something that has been prevalent, you know, so I feel like me and fashion is definitely a marriage that can't be broken, you know.
So can we expect your own personal line coming in?
Oh yeah, pretty soon, you know. We're probably going to get into that later on.
Outside of music and fashion, is there anything else that you want to get into, like acting?
Yeah, I would like to get into acting, video games. I'm very into art. I might start painting soon, but I'm not sure yet. But
you say video games. You want to actually be creating the video games?
No, probably just be in them.
Okay.
Just, you know, be a character in them or something like that.
You mean like something about like how the Def Jam Vendetta had like all the rap songs?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
or like a fighting game, like, you know, I'm into like the action first person game. The Bronx has molded me because it's like the beginning of hip hop where hip hop started. So me being from the Bronx, you know, it's more like a foundation kind of thing, and they take lyricism very seriously. So for me being from there and the birthplace of hip hop was very, very detrimental for my career. You know, it has to be a strong foundation, and you have to make sure that everything is on point visually and songwriting. Well, being from the Bronx, it's the birthplace of hip hop, so being able to be somewhere where KRS-One is from, Big Punisher, and even the newer artists such as Corey Guns and Fred the God, it's like you have to have that lyricism intact, or you're gonna get eaten alive in the industry, music-wise. When people find out that I'm from the Bronx, they have utmost respect for it, and they also like, wow, you're from the Bronx? Okay, you know what? We need something from there to kind of stand the test of times, as they did back in the day. So for me to be there, it's a great feeling for me.
So who are some of your favorite hip hop artists?
Some of my favorites would have to be, you know, Jay-Z, Big Punisher, Biggie Smalls, Big L. I like all the lyricists, you know. So for me, you know, it would have to be a specific, you know, time frame.
Okay, so like out of your favorite artists, tell me one of your favorite bars from one of your favorite artists.
Wow. We might have to come back and get a whole segment on that.
Really?
It's so many bars, like, it's so many bars.
You just dish out a few.
Well, you know, with Big Punisher, dead in the middle of Little Italy, little did they know that they riddled two middlemen who didn't do diddly.
What inspires your style? Because you're so into fashion and everything.
What inspires my style is things that people generally wouldn't want to wear. Definitely like Y3 and Japanese clothing and high-end things. Like I wear Gold Spun and Black Apple and Rocksmith, things like that, you know. So for me, it's more of a lifestyle kind of thing. Whatever fits my aesthetics and my dressing is what I like.
So how did you stay so exclusive when it came to shopping?
We have to go to the places that were away from the hood. So we would probably go to Saks or Bloomingdale's downtown, and then we would go down to Soho and go to the vintage places and try to cop some stuff that people wouldn't have there. You know, exclusive sneaker places, we would go there to kind of get everything, you know. So for me, putting together something wouldn't always have to be just from one store. It would be a big collective of situation. XXL gives 10 artists a chance every year to kind of prove themselves and kind of open the eyes of the purest of hip-hop and also the fans of hip-hop to see who's going to be coming out for the next year, who's going to keep continuing to, how they're going to develop every year. So I was a part of the 09 class, and you know, just to be able to be a part of that class was great for me. So, you know, I think XXL is doing a great job with that.
Definitely. So what collaborations can we expect from you in the future?
Well, I have something done with Marsha Ambrosius right now, which should be coming out very soon. Also, I've done some stuff with Yellow Wolf.
Okay.
It's going to be on the album. It's pretty cool. and you know, just continuing to work. You know, people have been reaching out lately, so you know, we're gonna try to confirm those things up before we let that out the bag. But right now, you know, it's just a rolling snowball. You know.
Okay, and also, could you give some of the viewers some good advice about, you know, what it takes to get into the music industry? You know, some words of encouragement.
I always say that people say quality over quantity. I would like to say quality equals quantity and vice versa, because at the end of the day, content is king around these times. I think being consistent is definitely something that has to be involved in an artist's tact. Also, being persistent, where you just never stop, and you just got to continue to follow your dreams. If you don't do that, then it's a wrap.
Okay, well, tell everybody where they can check out your music at.
You can check out my music at twitter.com/Mickey Factz. You could also check out my music at myspace.com/Mickey Factz. Go follow me on facebook.com/official Mickey Factz. We spell it MICKEYFACTZ. And you know, if you need anything else, go to my website, MickeyFactz.com, where you can get my mixtape, I'm Better Than You.
It's the #1 pusher, putting raps in the back. Gone for a second, now I'm back for a while. I saw my little cousin, he was bad as a jack.